If I was playing in the 70s, 80s, and 90s era, it would be how many players does it take to tackle the Gronkula? And it would take the whole entire team, buddy. Especially in the 70s. The 80s, probably just,
I don't know. I don't want to take anything from them in their generations because I have respect.
Mm-hmm. That's a good way to put it. My answer was just silly. Yeah.
No, but you are a beast. You probably...
I take it back. I would have been on the bench. Yeah.
Welcome to Dudes on Dudes. I'm Julian Edelman.
I'm Rob Gronkowski.
And this is the show where your favorite dudes get to talk about their favorite dudes.
And today we're hitting the hotline to answer your voicemails. That number is 561-203-5789.
What are we talking about today?
Our go-to post-game meals.
Brisket, fried chicken,
burgers, hot dogs,
chicken fingers,
barbecue sauce, ranch, honey mustard. Who will benefit the most playing for Vrabel?
It only matters about one. How's Drake May going to play?
And what it's really like at a rookie mini camp. And then literally showed up and dominated every single day.
Vastly different than mine. And then we wrap it up with the chillest caller in this week's Chillest Dude of the Week presented by Coors Light. You got to stick around to the very end. Let's go.
Dudes on Dudes is a production of iHeartRadio.
Great to be back in Boston. Episode 2 here in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
It's always nice to be back.
It's home. And what's the first thing that you do, Jules, when you're back in Boston? I know you like your spots that you eat at, a spot where you go drink your coffee at, a spot where you go sip some champagne at. But what's the truest first thing that you do?
Went to Mike and Patty's breakfast sandwich. I like their what's their OG with, it's like their house-made English muffin, medium over fried egg, American cheese, sausage, and a sriracha ketchup on there. I get it because it reminds me of the facility. Remember, I used to get the sausage, egg, and cheese. Mm-hmm. That was like my first meal the day after my smoothies. Mm-hmm. It would be a sausage, egg, and cheese.
You're making me hungry for breakfast right now.
I know, dude. And they cook it. Mike and Patty's, they cook the egg perfect. Like it's an over medium, so it's like it's not like jizzing in your face when you cut it.
Oh, Jesus. I'm not hungry anymore.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
But not anymore.
Sometimes it gets sloppy when you have like a over easy egg and it bursts while you take and I'm over here having to get wet wipes. That's what I get. What's the first thing you get or do when you come back?
Well, in the city of Boston, the first thing I typically do is drive through the city to get to your place, So I get to see all the trees, how blossomed they are when the sun is out. All the people crossing the street, just feel the energy of the whole city and why it's such a great city. And you actually really see why it is when you drive through the city on a nice day. I mean, there's so many people outside shopping, going out to eat, for lunch, dinner, whatever it is. And it's just really, really cool to see. And you feel that energy of Boston strong as well. So that's the first thing that I see when I go through the city, because I don't live in the city, but, and I usually get the cowboy ribeye steak from Davio's at Patriot Place.
Yeah, it's easy. It's close to you, too.
Mm-hmm.
You order it or you go in?
I order it curbside pickup.
Curbside pickup.
And that's why I still, do it. It's a go-to. Because I just put the order in.
What's a Gronk side? What do you like? And it's probably like a green. You have some kind of green.
Asparagus. That makes your pee stinky.
Yeah.
Which
is a gene, by the way. Now, it doesn't make not everyone smells or produces that smell.
Really?
Yeah, it's a gene morph. There's something that morphs in your gene that allows you to have that. I got in a huge argument about it because I read about it. Well, I didn't read about it. I saw
Scientific Evidence by Julian Edelman.
Saw TikTok or something.
Scientific Evidence by Julian Edelman.
Yeah, it's TikTok source.
About asparagus.
TikTok source. I think some like 12-year-old taught me it.
Pee smell or not?
Yeah.
Only if you have the gene.
And then what's your starch?
And I have the gene. I'm a potato guy, but like garlic mashed potatoes.
Garlic mash, not like a gratin.
What's a gratin?
The gratin's where they like scallop the potatoes and then saute them, and then they put the cheese and like the creaminess in it, and then they go and bake it. So it's like the thin potatoes.
So kind of like a twice baked potato.
No, twice baked potatoes where they carve it out and then they mash it, and then they put in all the juices, and then they put it back in the skin. This is they scallop the potato, so they thinly slice it. They saute those. They put it in a cream cheese sauce, layer of cheese on the top, bake it, and it becomes casserole-y.
Yeah, I'm a garlic mashed potato guy. Yeah, Gronk likes it easy.
Let's get in some calls.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's answer some voicemails.
Voicemails.
These are my favorite.
Hey, Jules. Hey, Gronk. What was your favorite meal you would enjoy after
See, this is why I love these questions.
Favorite meal.
I just love answering, like, what's my favorite meal? We were just talking about our first thing that we do when we get to Boston, and it's you going to Mike and Patty's breakfast spot and ordering a sandwich, and I'm going to Davio's place and ordering the cowboy ribeye for curbside pickup. Well, this guy wants to know what our favorite meal was after a game.
After a game?
And I would say whatever the spread was that the New England Patriots was providing, you know, because after a game, you can bring your family and friends in, you know, in like inside the tunnel to meet them after the game, you know, to see your family and friends. And then they would have this huge spread the New England Patriots would provide. And there would be burgers, hot dogs, chicken tenders with barbecue sauce, ranch, honey mustard, whatever sauce you wanted with those chicken tenders. All tons of drinks that were lined up, you know, as well.
They always had a southern kind of food. There was always like, because a lot of the guys come from the South. So there was brisket, there was fried chicken, there'd be like beans, and there'd be collard greens, and then they'd have like the whiter stuff. There'd be like broccoli and like chicken fingers and like roasted barbecue burgers and hot dog, you know, so like they hit a little bit of everything, you know. You had the soul food, and then you had like, you know, the white food.
So yeah, you got to hit both parties.
Kind of true, right?
You got to hit both parties.
You got to hit both.
The Patriots did not discriminate.
They did not discriminate on food.
So now the
quality of the food.
Actually, yeah, you're right. The quality of this food was actually perfect for the quality that you wanted after a game.
Yeah,
put it that way.
It was comfort food.
Yeah, you don't want to try to eat like a Tom Brady meal after a football game. No, it's hard to put down. You know, all the emotions, the hits. You want to put down a cheeseburger with ketchup and mayonnaise. But my favorite thing to do was take those chicken tenders and just dunk them in as much barbecue sauce that you possibly could and as much ranch or blue cheese that you possibly could. And that was my favorite go-to meal after a game, was those chicken tenders.
Yeah. I remember Gronk usually would take like 4 boxes of the chicken fingers back to his house.
I would.
And like you would go to his house after the game, and there would be a spread of what we had a spread of at the post game. And Gronk like, hey guys, you want some chicken fingers? So I'd say the chicken fingers too, Rob. Let's go to the next question.
Before we do that, look at the speaker we're using today.
Oh.
Where?
Oh, no way.
Oh shit.
No way, Jose.
That's tight.
I love that color too, like that light blue. What kind of blue is this?
That's I think that is
baby
Carolina blue.
Carolina blue. It like really shines. Like I would look really good with a t-shirt that is this color.
It would bring out your eyes.
It would.
And you're tan, so it'd look good.
Yeah, well, thank you, Coors Light, for this wonderful cooler with speakers on it.
That's always the best.
What's up, Gronk and Jules? This is Greg from Delaware. Big Pats fan, and even bigger fan of the Dudes on Dudes podcast. So I was wondering, with Josh McDaniels back at offensive coordinator, who's definitely a whiz, by the way, I was wondering if you guys could speak to any qualities that it takes to play in a Josh McDaniels offense, and then any qualities to look out for with the NFL draft coming up, if there's any type of qualities you would see in a rookie.
Well, before you start answering this question, Julian, I'm going to leave this one for you, well, majority of it, but he's a big Patriots fan, and he's even a bigger fan of the Dudes on Dudes podcast. So we made it, brother. We made it. We made it, because these Patriot fans, they're big fans. They're all in with the Patriots, so that means they're all in with Dudes on Dudes. So we appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Thank you, Greg.
Yeah, I would say a good prerequisite to have as a personality or a player in Josh's system is being a smart, tough football player that performs under pressure. That's what he's going to preach. If you can remember your formations, if you're a smart guy, you can be a versatile guy. You could play multiple positions, which you get that vibe out of Hendrickson in the second round that they drafted, a guy that could play that third down running back, pick up protections, put them out in the Kevin Falk spots in the slot in the pass game on those tiger formations and stuff. Like, I think Josh is going to be great for that. So, like, being a tough guy that's smart, that knows how to get on the same page with Josh. I mean, it's not rocket science, but you just got to be able to take in the install, which I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. You hit it right on the nose, brother. And one other thing is that he gives everyone an opportunity to shine and showcase your skills.
Yeah.
So when you get that opportunity, especially if you're an undrafted free agent or if you're like a 7th rounder or 6th rounder, you got to shine in those opportunities. And if you don't shine in those opportunities, it's going to be the next man up. And he's going to let you know that too. So make sure you take advantage of those opportunities. That's what you did, Julian. That's what I did. And you got to be consistent as well out there on the football field. He loves consistent players.
But he's going to give you an opportunity, and it's going to be at one of your strengths.
Mm-hmm.
You may only get that nugget once or twice, whatever your strength is and your type of route you run or your quickness or your long. He's going to give you that. You just got to make that play, and that's how you continue to gain his trust. And the more plays you make, the more opportunities you get. So that's what I think. Smart, tough football players that perform under pressure.
Amen.
Yeah, how about this new Pope being from Chicago? That mean anything for the Bears' hopes this season?
Yo, when I found out when the smoke comes out, right? Is that the smoke came out? That's that, right? With the little pigeon, I saw the video. Yeah, the smoke comes out. New Pope from Chicago. When that came out, I went down to Vegas and I put a future bet that they would make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Pope went to the goddamn White Sox game back in 20 whatever.
And what happened?
They fucking sweeped them, didn't they?
Swept
They
Houston.
them.
Swept Houston.
This guy's.
After the Pope was there, game 1.
It literally
They
took.
swept them.
It's going to literally take a Pope to make the Chicago Bears pretty good now.
They're not going to make the Super Bowl, but they're going to make the playoffs because of the Pope.
You make the playoffs. That's making us. That's big for them. That's a big step.
I mean, the Bears also got hope that the Pope is praying for them every single day as well.
1,000.
So that's behind them. I mean,
The Bears.
the Bears might be playoff decency because of the Pope.
They got a Pope before they got a 4,000-yard passer, huh?
They sure did.
Things are looking up. They got Johnson. They got a couple linemen. They got the Pope. Look, this is the Bears season.
They're hoping that Caleb makes that second year step.
This is if there's any step to be made, I'm banking that the Pope. You got the Pope.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to be Catholic.
Put all your money on the Bears making the playoffs.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh my God. Hopefully everyone goes and puts all their money on, and they go fucking 3
Well, I'm going
16.
to. I'm going to back it up. I'm going to put some money
I'll put
on the
some.
Bears.
I did. I told you when I saw the pigeon video of smoke from the Vatican.
Mm-hmm.
I've been there. I've seen it. I saw little dudes touching.
Well, we're going to be rich.
Next question.
All right.
All right, fellas, let me get right down to business here. Gronk, greatest tight end to have ever stepped foot on the gridiron. Jules, maybe the greatest catch, not only in a Super Bowl, but of all time. Glue guy, slot guy, nasty player. So, non-football related question here. What is the worst circumstance either of you have had to take a shit in? Because, honestly, I just woke up. I got one loaded into the chamber here, and I think it's going to be a bad one. All right, fellas, take it easy. Keep up the good work.
I really like this guy. I mean, the props that he gave us and then just
Great intro.
just whatever, just totally went off the beaten path and just brought that situation up. But
We were just talking about shitting.
We were. How I just took 15 active wet dumps in the last 2 days.
Yeah, got a little sickness.
I don't know was going through me, but we were just talking about it before we started this show. So
Led
this
the
is
league in
actually
shits.
a great question right here. But I have the perfect scenario where it's the worst place to take a dump, especially for a guy my size, and that's on an airplane in the sky. It's like truly impossible for me already to go in there and take a piss at a comfort level. I mean, my elbow's basically sticking out in the hallway of the airplane still, and the door won't even close. Like, you know how you got to close that door and for the light to go on? The light's never going on with me in there. And I had to take a dump one time, and I was praying to the Pope that he would pray for me and not the damn Chicago Bears anymore, just to get me through that situation of taking the dump on the plane.
Now, are you calculating?
The worst.
Are you sitting on the toilet like, I got to do this quick because people definitely saw me go to the bathroom. They definitely saw Rob Gronkowski, a 7-foot man.
I don't care about that situation.
So you're sitting in there long as you can, hairy and fucking Dumb and Dumber, blowing up the bathroom?
I don't care. If I am comfortable enough if someone saw me taking a dump, whippy dippy do. You know, my butt crack has been pulled out plenty of times in games. You know that picture on there. Google it. Gronk's butt crack while getting tackled. The Baltimore Ravens playoff game. My whole ass is showing. Like, you know, just add a little piece of poop in there, and then you see me pooping. But what I worry about in that bathroom is my butt cheeks hitting that damn toilet seat.
Are you hovering or do you spat?
I'm hovering. I'm hovering.
So you're doing a squat the whole time you're shitting?
Yes, that's what makes it really difficult.
You don't spat the toilet?
No, it's not even worth it.
Spatting the toilet, we usually spat your ankles, you put tape on, you got to put the toilet paper on.
You're also worried about turbulence as well while squatting over the toilet. Turbulence is a mind.
Have you ever missed a bowl?
Fuck.
With turbulence?
I never missed a bowl. No, I never actually had.
Oh, my God.
No, I only took a dump one time, and thank you to the Pope. He didn't make any turbulence.
Yeah, that's a tough predicament to take a shit in. For me, my worst, he's got one in the chamber, so he's got double dumping before 10 o'clock over here. I'd say anytime you're on a date or something, right? Like a first time date, it's literally like the Dumb and Dumber script. That's like the worst situation. Or like if you.
Excuse me, babe. I just gotta go to the bathroom real quick.
Or when you shart a little, like you don't have anywhere to take a shit.
Oh,
that's the worst. The shart.
That's
where
tough.
It's like you thought it was a fart, but it was a little shit. But you caught it, but it could be a little moist in there. Which girls hate that.
Oh, girls do hate that. They either want just a clean, or they don't want like a chart where it's wet and farty. They're like, that's disgusting. Like, but if it's just a clean, loud one, it's fine. It's fine anywhere.
It's manly.
Yeah, it's manly.
It's manly.
Yeah, charts are bad.
No sharts. Let's go to the next one.
Hey, Jules. Hey, Gronk. You know, the boys and I are sitting down here in Providence, going to go watch our buddy play lacrosse. We're just, it kind of came across our minds. Why are manholes shaped in a circle? Like, why not a square? Why not a triangle? Let's put the circle. I don't know. We just want to know what you guys thought. Stupid question, but oh well.
What is a manhole?
Why are they circle? Cause, dude, that's the Ninja Turtles went down there and they like pizza and it looks like a pizza and they used to throw it like a pizza, dude. It's easy science. Dude.
I didn't even know what a manhole was.
It's a sewer drain thing, huh?
Yeah.
Triangles because circle, right?
Yeah, like a triangle, like just wouldn't go right.
No, because that's circle of life, dog.
Yeah.
You don't put a square up there.
What Julian said with the Ninja Turtles.
Don't you remember in
science?
Don't you remember in the video game they would come up and they would throw them?
Science. The circle on the manhole cannot fall into the hole. That's science.
Hi, Gronk Jules. This is John from Michigan. There's all these questions about whether 100 humans can take on one gorilla. How many Gronks and Jules do you think it would take to take one down, and what would your strategy be? Thanks, guys.
How many Gronks and Julian? Oh. I'd say like. Are we? Didn't they say the simulation would even 1,000, 10,000 Wouldn't be able to do it. Are we kidding?
10,000 humans wouldn't be able to take down one gorilla in an AI simulation.
No.
How big is this
I'm
gorilla?
poking eyes. So
How big's the gorilla?
I think it would take 200 me and 100 Gronks
to take down a gorilla?
Yeah.
I mean, 100 just normal people can't take down a gorilla? They're saying the gorilla wins?
Yeah. They're like, dude, put it in AI. Let's see what AI says. An average silverback, which was one of the strongest, most powerful 200. Scrappy, tough, quick, gritty, but not overpoweringly strong.
Oh.
What? Come on, dude. That's weak. Come on, AI. That's fucking weak. I was strong. Watch the tape. One of the strongest tight ends in NFL history, Rob Gronkowski. Known for absurd strength, durability, and blocking ability. So look, are they coordinated? Yes, they may be fewer are needed. If it's a chaotic swarm, the gorilla could take them down at one time. Do they know it's a fight till death? If yes, their NFL instincts would help, but gorillas fight to kill, not to win on points. Stamina. Gorillas are fast and explosive, but humans may outlast them if it goes long. Distraction versus attack roles. A few Edelmans distracting could let Gronks go for joint holds or leverage. One Gronk and one Edelman gorilla wins easily. Two Gronks and three Edelmans still loses, but maybe a moral victory if they last more than 10 seconds. 5 Gronks, 5 Edelmans. Now it gets interesting. If Gronk coordinates tackles while Edelman distracts and gouges eyeballs, maybe they win. 10 Gronks, 10 Edelmans, enough mass and force to potentially subdue a gorilla through sheer numbers. So they're saying 10 of us.
10 Gronks and 10 Adel Nuts will take down a gorilla.
So Gronk, so like the first 5 of me are probably going to get decapitated, ripped out, and fucking gouged.
But that's the distraction.
Yeah, but then like the second 10 of me, or the second 5 of me, if I can get on and like, because I've seen little ass like cats get on them. If I get on and I grab an eyeball and he's biting me and stuff, you got to go straight for dick.
Oh.
You go straight. You tell your 5 other ones go. Everyone goes for dick.
Well, like we all know what a horse cock is, but like what's a gorilla
It's
cock?
small. It's small.
Oh,
but
it's small.
So, but
is it potent?
Does it
It's
feel
so
it?
small?
Does he feel dick pain? Yeah, I think the first 5 me's would see the second.
A gorilla cock is only 1.1 inches long. All right, I'll go for it. I'll rip it right off of him while you're distracting.
So if you rip that off,
you got to do what you got to do.
Would he feel pain?
That would hurt. That's like his funny bone.
Now we only have fists. Like, how do we? You got to get the hardest part of that thing's hard.
What would the first 5 of me do? So the first 5 of you kind of were the distractions and basically demolish. And now the other 5 of you are on his back and just throwing and clawing and ripping eyeballs out. I mean, there's one of me going for his cock that we already established that. But what about the other first 4 of me and then the last 5 of me?
I think each one goes for an extremity.
Okay.
Each one goes for an arm, a leg. Everyone go for one. Okay. Everyone go for one. Can we take a shoelace off? Because if I take shoelace off and I fucking strangle this guy,
yeah,
I still think we don't have a shot.
No, we do. We do. It just takes 10 of us each.
Dude, I think that AI is dumb. That AI is real dumb. Let's get on to the next one, dude.
All right.
I'm getting anxiety.
Hey, dudes, what's the craziest pregame routine you ever saw a former teammate have? Anybody have any crazy superstitions either?
You know, you really don't see like your teammates' routines because you're kind of really focusing what's going on, you know, with what you got to do and what your routine is, and you're getting ready for the game. I mean, you see some guys just, you know, just blasting absurdly loud music. But that's
only on practice, really.
Yeah, that would be practice.
Game day, they wouldn't allow it.
You're right. Game day, they wouldn't allow it. So, like, there really wasn't any crazy routines that I've ever seen by another former player.
Nothing that stands out.
No. And if there was, I mean, it was kind of like, it wasn't in the public eye in the locker room. It was kind of like at home, whatever they were doing beforehand.
Everyone's in the zone, man. You got everyone.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of calm before the storm.
Yeah. No, nothing crazy at all. Everyone would just say normal routines. Everyone differs a little bit, but it wasn't anything like spectacularly crazy. Like, whoa, look what he's doing. It was just all everyone getting ready, getting in the zone.
Hey, fellas, I was just calling in with a crazy hypothetical. Say you're taking a cross-country road trip. First, are you taking the northern route or the southern route? Second, what vehicle would you choose? And then third, you could bring anybody with you as a companion, or multiple people even. Who are you bringing with you? Celebrities, former teammates? You name it. Let me know, guys.
Man, we road tripping though. That's all I know. I ain't gonna take the guys that were in the movie Road Trip.
No.
That was a.
What is that?
That was a
Tom Green.
diabolical.
My bum is on your face. My bum is on your face. What?
But a great movie.
I don't remember it that well. I remember the bum song though.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going north or south?
I'm going west. It's longer. South, you know, you get the Carolinas, Virginias, like, and then you're in Florida already. I want to go cross country. It's longer, more sustainable.
But you got to go either
less
this
out
way
there.
or this way. So it's either the southern route or the northern route.
All right, I'm going southern route then.
So you're gonna
I
go
wanna
through
go more
Tornado
southern.
Alley,
Yeah.
hurricanes.
And the vehicle of choice would be like an RV.
Yeah, I'm going
like a camper.
I'm going original H1. I'm going northern. I'm going through the fucking mountains, the cold. I know this thing's gonna be able to do it. We don't got no hurricanes. We don't have tornadoes.
Avalanches.
Hey, we got avalanche packs though. And I'm bringing
blizzards.
Yeah, I'm bringing Dom.
Deer.
Remember Dom, the Navy SEAL?
Dom, yeah, beast.
I'm bringing him.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like an apocalyptic thing, or is this just like for fun and like shits and giggles? Like
stampedes.
Stampedes? Like,
yeah.
What is this, Yellowstone?
Stampedes of like rams and deer and mooses.
What is this?
All gathering together, and buffaloes.
1,300?
Yeah.
There's a goddamn interstate. Taking the interstate the whole way.
No. I'm talking like when you get in the middle of nowhere. The interstate doesn't have any borders. Just
there's no fences
left and right.
Just fucking a wild stampede of horses are just coming out of nowhere and hit me. I got an H1.
Yeah.
Fucking, they better bring their power.
And I would bring Stephen Ridley with me. Guy's an outdoors guy.
Outdoors.
Yeah, he's from Louisiana. He goes hunting all the time.
He knows the South.
Yeah, he does. He plays golf as well.
Yeah.
So we could stop and hit a couple golf balls for fun if we need some entertainment.
Yeah, I'm bringing light too. Probably light.
Oh, that's a good choice.
Smart. He knows Ohio. He's from Ohio. He knows all the fucking those areas. He probably goes like bow hunting in Dakotas and shit. You know, he's definitely caught some bears somewhere in those areas, Wyoming. I don't know, but I know.
You're going to get stampeded.
Next trip. Next question.
All right.
Hey, fellas, I was just wondering, back in your playing days, how often would you guys go out to eat with other members of the team? And who usually went with you? And what restaurants did you like to
Jack.
go to? Thanks, guys.
That's Jack.
Oh my gosh, man!
I knew that.
I'm like, oh man. This sounds like somebody we know. Oh, Jack, we miss you, buddy. We miss you, Bubs. But grubbing with the boys. We would go out to eat like once a week on like a Friday night.
We were young a lot.
Yeah.
Then when we got old.
Every week.
You stop. You stop.
So when we were young, once a week.
Once a week. Remember we'd always go find a little spot.
Friday nights.
Kudavides, Fletch.
That's what it was all about.
Go get a steak. Some
look forward to
steakhouse.
it.
Yep. Or a Greek fucking restaurant with Kudavides. We'd find one Greek restaurant in every goddamn city. We would eat there.
Breaking glass and dancing on the tables.
Yeah. Fucking twisting light bulbs and shit.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Gronk, Julian. My name's Kyle. I'm from Worcester, Massachusetts. Huge fans. You guys basically changed my family's lives growing up. Watching you guys meant a lot to all of us. Anyways, my question is, how do you guys think both of you would have fared playing football back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, when the game was a little bit more physically taxing and there wasn't as many rules that benefited offensive players? I personally think someone like Gronk would have dominated in any single era because look at him, and I'm not saying you wouldn't, Julian, but I just want to know, get you guys' opinions on that. Everybody's always comparing eras and stuff like that. So thank you guys. Love the show.
Well, we got that, that take going on right now. How many humans would it take to take down a gorilla? And we already talked about that. How many Gronks and Julians would it take down a gorilla? Well, if I was playing in the 70s, 80s, and 90s era, it would be how many players does it take to tackle the Gronkula? And it would take the whole entire team, buddy. Especially in the 70s. The 80s, probably just,
Well, the thing is,
11 guys on defense.
they wouldn't go low on you because
In the 90s,
they try to blow you up.
In the 90s, they got bigger. The guys were small in the 70s. Would have dominated just to a whole nother level. 90s, though, I would have taken like 5, 6 guys to take me down then.
Well, we played in that football in the 90s as kids. So, like, we were accustomed to that style of football. It started softening halfway through our career, really, to a noticeable softening now, like rule changes and all that stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, those guys are tough. It's a different game. Like, you watch Terry Bradshaw getting clothesline, picking up his fucking teeth and stuff, Howie Long, ripping a guy's helmet off. Like, those guys were barbaric.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I like to think that I tried to play the game like those guys. So I don't know. I don't want to take anything from them in their generations because, that's I have respect.
Mm-hmm. That's a
So I
good
don't
way
know.
to put it. My answer was just silly. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but you are a beast. You probably.
I take it back. I would have been on the bench. Yeah. Yep. Next question.
Which player on the Patriots do you think will benefit most from Mike Vrabel this year?
Ooh. It's a good question. I would say somebody on the defensive side of the ball.
It doesn't matter which. It only matters about one. How's Drake May going to play? Because that's the only one that really. I mean, everyone matters. The whole team matters. The whole link of the chain matters. But there
Didn't
is that
sound like it with the first
I know, but
answer
the
you
master
gave.
link. That's how we're all going to judge him. How is Drake May going to do? Because as good as he's going to do is going to make the team do well. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing that really does matter. Does he influence and make Drake May better? Which I think he will because he's got Josh McDaniels. I like that system. He's going to be a great overall head coach that can coach the coaches and all the players, because he has a good offense coordinator that I think that know each other and that have a working relationship where he can watch the whole team and the offensive coordinator.
This guy wants to know which guy is going to benefit the most, though. Not the organization as a whole. Which guy is going to benefit the most?
Which guy? Who do you think?
I'm going to go with a defensive player that he took from the Tennessee Titans and brought him to the
edge
New England
guy?
Patriots. Didn't he bring
Edge? What's his name?
Harold Landry? He brought Harold Landry from the Tennessee Titans to the New England Patriots, and that's who's going to benefit the most. And he already benefited from it because he probably wouldn't be a New England Patriot if it wasn't for Vrabel coming here to be the head coach of the Patriots. So Harold Landry's the guy that's benefiting the most, bank account-wise, having a job-wise, and scheme-wise on the defensive side of the ball.
You know, that's simple math. Let's get into the chillest dude of the week, brought to you by our favorite beer, Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door. Visit CoorsLight.com/dudes and celebrate responsibly. Is there something in here?
Of course there's a Coors Light in there. Oh, rocket science, Jules. Celebrate responsibly. And once again, that was another great batch of phone calls. We appreciate you listeners for calling in, asking questions, and letting us answer and share our knowledge.
But, Roberto.
Yes, what is that?
We've got one more. Here is the chillest caller of the week, brought to you by Coors Light and Mount Wilson.
Well, cheers to the chillest caller of the week.
Gronk, Jules, Dudes on Dudes is the best. Quick question for you. It's minicamp season right now. You both had different paths to the NFL. Gronk, second round, Jules, seventh round. Can you explain what your first off season was like from, that April when you get on the team all the way up to like the first game of the season? Like you see all these OTAs and this and this and rookies and this. Can you just give some more details and some explanation on what that whole process is like? Thank you.
All right. Well, I'll go first here, Jules. This is a great question because I was kind of in a different situation here. The lockout occurred after my rookie year, so I never had an off season. And he asked specifically, I'm pretty sure your first off season was like. So that's why I'm going into my first off season, because I never had a typical NFL off season because I was off for 6 months straight because of the lockout. And I loved every moment of it, I can tell you that. And in April, I was at the University of Arizona at pool parties. You can look it on YouTube. I'm dancing with the basketball players on a ledge at the pool, just absolutely going ham, pounding Coors Lights left and right, probably about 25 of these bad boys. I was 21 years old. I was still supposed to be in college. So it was the best time of my life, and the lockout couldn't have happened at a better moment in my life as well, because I didn't have to go and train, because I got to train in the morning wherever I was, and then I would just party all day, and I was 21 years old, typical college student going ham. I was also visiting my friends. One of my friends, Tico, he went to not the university, he went to Miami, Ohio. Great college town, great place to party, especially when you're that age as well.
Wait, did you have your signing bonus, though?
Yeah, I had my signing bonus.
Oh, so you had money.
I had money already. So I had about $1 million in the bank, rolling around, going to colleges still, getting tables for $400. And I felt like I was a multi-billionaire just rolling in with $1 million and getting tables for $400 and buying all these college students bottles. And how did I train? I would wake up after a couple nights and just go run a couple hundreds, catch some footballs from my friends that drank with me the whole night before, and then literally showed up and dominated every single day, where Coach Belichick gave me a parking spot in the front row because I had the best training camp of all time. And that's how it happened, because of the lockout. And I had videos of me partying everywhere.
Your rookie year?
This was after my rookie year.
Yeah.
It was like a low key, like people knew about my skills like at that time. Like those type of skills.
Vastly different than mine.
What was your
vastly different?
What was your first off season like?
First off season is still stressed. Are we talking rookie off season, or we going into our rookie year?
No, going into your second year.
Or is it going into our second year?
First off season. So my first off season is after your first year of playing.
Well, I'll go my rookie year.
All right.
Rookie year, off season, you get drafted, you go to rookie minicamp, so it's just the rookies. They put you through these camp installs, so they give you kind of the day-to-day life of what it's going to be like a little taste of it in your rookie camp. That's like a 3-day camp. For me, it was like very stressful and very hard. I'm a 7th round draft pick. I'm in a part of the country I've never been or never even heard of. I didn't know where New England really was. I didn't pay attention in my sociology, my social studies class. Geography, whatever.
I'm a geography guy.
Yeah.
Like math, my math skills are like my geography skills.
I didn't know where New England, I kind of knew where it was, but
it's up here.
You have so many of these things going through your head as a kid. Am I going to be around? How's this going? I was learning a new position. You got to learn your formations. You got to learn.
What was your favorite position you learned?
I like the Z position.
Oh, sorry. Get back to what you were really talking about. Oh, the F? Oh, the F position. Yeah, wow.
So, it's a very stressful time for these kids that come into a new area. They're learning at a very rapid rate. Because you want to learn as much as you can and get all the reps you can before the vets come. Because once the vets come, you don't get any reps. And then it becomes super mental. So then, the 1 or 2 reps that you do have, you have to not fuck up the formation, not fuck up the snap count, know where to go, know the personnel group, know your assignment, know what the other defense is doing, know your adjustments, and do it all properly so you get another opportunity, So this is a tough time for a lot of guys, and it should be a tough time because they're digesting a lot and they're learning a lot, which is completely different than your second season where you have that all in, your brain already a little bit, so it becomes a little easier. But your rookie years, it's a tough year if you're trying to go in and learn and make the team. You know what I mean? So that was a great call. It was a great question. We had different scenarios. Well, you did the second year. I did the rookie year. It's all the same, but different.
I did the same thing, even going into my first year.
Segue us out.
Well, that was the chillest dude of the week. Thanks to our favorite beer, Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door. Visit CoorsLight.com/dudes and celebrate responsibly.
Cold as the Rockies.
Refreshing. Well, that's been another episode of Dudes on Dudes. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts. Comment on a dude you want us to do, rate and review.
Call in and ask us a question on the chill line at 561-203-5789. Remember to follow Dudes on Dudes on X, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat. We'll see you guys next week. Dudes on Dude is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.